That's a beautiful morning. Nice and crisp. But the trees got some frost on them. Didn't snow, but sure kind of looks like it did. I was out here yesterday afternoon after the ground thawed out a little bit. Got this area for the greenhouse kind of flattened out, leveled out a little bit. It's probably not perfectly level, but it'll work for a greenhouse that's not going to have a foundation. I'm going to put pillars or posts on pads in the ground. The pads I'll probably dig down about a foot and a half and pour a little corner and then maybe a couple down the sides and then a few down the middle to hold the center posts up. So got some work done yesterday afternoon. Chains work really good in the tractor. Super glad I put those on before it got too cold. It was a pretty good wrestling match with those. Today, got a burn pile I'm going to start. That's today's project right there. I don't know how long it's going to take to burn down, but I don't want to start it up too late in the day because then you got to put it out. I don't feel like leaving a fire going at night, even it being this cold and as cleared out as this property is right here. I don't really want it going at night. So get this thing lit up, kick back and watch a fire. So I was up there at that burn pile, up by there where the greenhouse is going to go, trying to start that thing for, I'd say an hour, a good hour with a propane torch. Full blast to the bottom of it, inside in the middle where it should be dry and nice and just take right off. Couldn't get the thing to take. And I had planned on, while that was burning down, I'd be over there and I'd stake out where my greenhouse is going to go. But since that thing is it's still got a little bit of smoke coming off of it, but it's not taken. I came down here and I started one of my other burn piles so I could at least get one of the burn piles burnt down. So I've got this thing almost burnt down to nothing. It was, I don't know, probably 7-8 feet tall. A little bit bigger than that one over there. I'm going to burn that one in the next few days. But I didn't get a chance to stake out where my greenhouse is going to go because I'm way over here making sure this thing doesn't, for some reason, take off. Last thing I want is a fire going through somewhere around my property. Not that I foresee that happening with all the snow on the ground and the fact that it doesn't feel like 30 degrees out right now, but it's 30 degrees out. I don't think a fire is going to go anywhere, but it is my responsibility, so I'll hang out down here. Let this fire burn down a little bit more. I'm gonna go find some stakes and stake out where my greenhouse is gonna go, get out of the smoke, and see if I need to do any more leveling up there. Why does smoke always follow you? So I've got a field trip to go on tomorrow. There's a guy about an hour and a half away selling a bunch of T-posts for barbed wire fence, or what do they call it, no-climb fence. He says he's got something like 7,000 of them to sell, and he's selling them for $3 a post, which is it's a decent price. I've found them cheaper, but not in such a mass quantity. I figure I need about 550 to 600 to go around 40 acres. And the one fence line, the southern fence line's already basically done. It's done in barbed wire. And the T-posts they're pretty far apart. I might go back and put a T-post in between each one of the T-posts that's already there and run no-climb fence along with the barbed wire that's already there. I want to eventually be able to let my dogs out of their little area here and not have to worry about them getting out of my yard. You know, I mean, 40 acres is it's a lot of no-climb fence to buy, so it's not going to happen overnight. But if I can find deals on it, like these T-posts, $3 a piece. I think the store they're selling for $10 a piece. I think he's selling 8-foot T-posts, heavy grade, not the cheap little chintzy ones, the heavier grade ones. Well, believe it or not, This burn pile that I spent all morning trying to start. I don't know, I must have went through 2 gallons of propane with that propane torch. Dumped some diesel fuel on it, see if I get it lit that way. Everything, I tried everything to get this thing lit. Wouldn't light for anything. Always going out. No smoke, nothing coming out of it. So I went down, started 2 other burn piles down there, got them going. In the meantime, lighting those down there and looking up against this one every once in a while, I'd see a little puff of smoke. Every once in a while, a little puff of smoke. Nothing major. Those 2 are basically burnt out, and I come up to this one, and this is what I see. Down in there, bright cherry red. Something was sitting down there smoldering all day long. Finally got up enough heat to start a fire. And now that it's 5:30, now it can't be that late yet, it's still light out. Close to 4 maybe. I got a massive burn pile going. I'm probably gonna be out here till 10 o'clock tending this thing. But it's finally going, so I'll get this one burnt down too. People wonder how forest fires start. They're camping in the middle of summer. And this is the middle of winter, middle of December. Well, December 5th. Snow on the ground. It's not gonna reach over 34 degrees today. I think the high today was supposed to be 32 or 33. And some little ember down there smoldered until it got hot enough to light. Middle of summer, people walk off without putting their campfires out, their barbecue pits out. They wonder, how'd that fire spread? So always keep track of your fires. Make sure they're all the way out before you leave. Till next time, go make something.